Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Jean Bart. And I have a new personal damage record to showcase. Now, there has to be a little bit of a caveat. Before we get started in this ridiculous game that we're about to have, I just want to make sure that you guys know that if you haven't already punched that like button, go ahead and do it for me now. Punch it for me. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I give you guys daily content so that you guys can have a good time every single day. Noon Eastern time, every day. Now, getting into the video. When you get a match like this, there's a certain thing that has to happen, okay? It is a perfect storm of just absolute ridiculousness that leads to these ridiculous games. Now, a lot of people will say one thing or another. Later on, we'll get into a specific argument, I'm sure. But generally speaking, both teams need to be equally bad and for this sort of game to happen. You need one team, your team, that is good enough to not die immediately and lead to you getting steamrolled, but not good enough to do any damage. And on the other side, you need a team that is good enough to help take out your team, but not good enough to put themselves in position to counter you specifically. It's like I said, it is literally a perfect storm. Now we take a shot here at the HMS Hood. Hood is just going to go full bow in here and sit there in the middle of the map. Spotted. And he's going to get away with it for way too long. But I'm going to be trying to push over to the right. We know their destroyer. They only have one destroyer. Again, you notice there's a theme here. Every time we have one of these really big games, it's usually one destroyer in the lobby. It's funny how that works. Crazy. It's almost like the more destroyers you have in the lobby, the less damage potential there is because there's less hit points in general, and the more likely you are to get yeeted. Oh my god. The moment I take the shot, we hit the island. Unfortunate. Now, we've got somebody out here shooting HE at us. So we're going to have to try to do something about that. Now, obviously, knowing that the destroyer's in the middle, I'm a little bit more confident in pushing out into this cap, but I also don't want to overextend. We know at least one person out here. There's 4 cruisers in this lobby. One of them is out here on this edge. We don't know which one. So, we don't have any spotting. We need to just bide our time, try to pay attention to what's going on, and maybe we get lucky. We get spotted, so we know the cruiser's there, and the HMS Nelson fires a guns over top of the island, getting himself detected and getting a double fire immediately. Now, we damage con that probably a bit too quickly, but our next goal is to say, screw it, we're going in. I just immediately hit the propulsion, or the engine mod, or whatever you want to call it, and we're out. We're going forward. The engine boost, that's the word I was looking for. My brain, it hurts. Sorry, I just did 5 hours of ranked battles. If you didn't see that, Lord have mercy, help me. Please, I'm blinking 3 times. I need help. Now, as we push out, I start to feel more and more comfortable because yes, we're getting a couple of people shooting from the left, but this shows me that there's probably only 2 people here. The destroyer is the scariest thing for me, but the destroyer is about to go full goober mode. Which is perfect because he's going away from me. So we are going to take a shot at the destroyer as he turns to engage our team. And we're going to try to put ourselves in a perfect spot to rush this cruiser, which now know is the Belfast and the HMS Nelson. I'm not worried about either of those 2 ships as long as I'm close to both of them. Because I can hold my fire and save myself from being shot by the Belfast, so his smoke is completely useless. Their destroyer's already gone, so they have no spotting. And their Nelson is reversing behind the island, so he can't help his cruiser. So this cruiser in the Belfast completely wastes his time. His smoke screen is a waste. And at this point, I'm just slowing down to try to get ready to capture this base and hoping that this Belfast eventually comes out. But as you notice, Kansas manages to take out our Fiji. Belfast comes out, he immediately turns towards me. We're going to punch him right in the face. And I could use my reload booster here, but I choose not to because I was holding the reload booster for the Nelson. I want to be able to chase down and kill the Nelson quickly. So holding on to the reload booster just seemed like the right idea. Now, paying attention to the map, Belfast gets himself spotted again, and you don't get away with this twice, Sunshine. You're lucky you lived the first time, but you don't. Our first death stretch. And we're up to 51,000 damage with our first kill. Nelson, on the other hand, is starting to push out, but notice the rest of his team. There's a lot of them in that same spot, and they are all well within range to be able to shoot me. So as I push towards this Nelson, who's in reverse, I need to be very, very aware of that. Now, obviously, we overmatch Nelson. It's not that big a deal. We just got to get close enough to get enough shells on target as Kansas picks up another kill on another cruiser. It's a fight between me and the Kansas. Are you guys seeing how this is unfolding? The Kansas absolutely yeeting everything on his side of the map. Me absolutely yeeting everything on my side of the map. Right? That's how this is going right now. It's got all the makings of a ridiculous showdown later on, right? But for now, we must win our side. So getting rid of this Nelson ASAP is a priority. Now, as he starts pushing back, he's already used his heal. He just used it. So everything that we do to him, for now, is going to be able to get rid of him. Now, at this point, I'm starting to get real concerned about the amount of people looking at my broadside. So you can see I'm starting to angle away a little bit. I'm taking a lot of damage from those guys. The Nelson, to his credit, is actually starting to shoot AP, which is probably not the play here. I mean, obviously I over-angled, but he still didn't do any damage to us. But the closer I get to him, the more likely I am to send him back to port. And finally, at this point, I decide it's time. Reload booster goes. We've got him low enough that he should be able to finish him off pretty easily here. We get a very good result, and finally we get the Citadel through the bow and finish him off. And now I have the broadside of a Vladivostok. Now here's where the asterisk on this particular game is going to come in. This Vladivostok is AFK. Is that my fault? No. Do I take advantage of it? Yes. Why? Well, simple. If he wakes up, he could pick up everybody in this game. That is a very tanky battleship, so the sooner that we get rid of him, the better. I don't want him to wake up. So we're going to go ahead and target him center of mass, right at the waterline. We have the beauty of these high-velocity 15-inch guns that don't really lose their penetration over distance, and we absolutely crush him with that long-range triple Citadel, bringing us up to 174,000 damage. Now, this is a lot of damage to be able to grab. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to how far the Vladdy was from us, so I don't get to shoot a blind shot at him to finish him off. But we take a shot at the York, and we're going to catch a couple of shells on the York. I thought, oh, never mind, I lied. We missed. We missed completely. But we should be getting the Vladdy spotted again in the near future. There he is. It's an immediate look for me. Get the shot on target, pull the trigger. We've got faster shells than the guy next to me, so I'm pretty confident my shells will get there first and finish off the Vladdy. And sure enough, we do. That is Citadel number 8. Obviously, most of those coming from the... I mean, we've Citadel'd everything we've shot at this point. We've Citadel'd the Belfast twice. We Citadel'd the Vladdy, 4 times? We Citadel'd the Nelson once. Like, we've done all the things. But York is going to be an absolute pain in my neck. Now, in all of this that's been going on, the enemy, or the friendlies, did manage to take out the Kansas that was terrorizing the left flank. And we have the cap control, which means we are in the driver's seat. Now, I don't have to do anything crazy here. I only have 1 heal left. I'm not detected. I dictate whether I get engaged here or not, but I'm waiting for him to make a move. I want him to turn towards me a little bit and commit to the turn. But unfortunately, he doesn't make the turn that I want. I go ahead, throw the shot out there as he goes forward, hoping that I catch him. He does, in fact, start to turn towards us at the last second, and we get 2 overpins. It's unfortunate, but is kind of expected. Hood, on the other hand, has decided to double back and now wants to engage us. So we're going to showcase why he's not going to have a good time. We overmatch. Simple as that. Like, he's a tier 6 battleship. The Hood is a very good ship, but if you're sailing broadside, you're not going to have a good time. And even less fun if you're getting overmatched by the person shooting at you, because you just don't have the armor needed at this angle to stop me. And so we get our 4th kill of the game, taking us up to 215,000 damage. We're literally in a shooting gallery at this point. The Iowa that's next to me is keeping pace with me, which is surprising. I'll be real honest. But we have been zigzagging a little bit, trying to dodge incoming HE shells and stuff like that. So we'll give them a little bit of, oh my god, come on, give me a chance. Now you can see there's another smoke screen there, and there was somebody in that smoke screen firing their guns. York, on the other hand, the other Iowa shoots his guns at the York. We shoot as the York makes his turn, and I don't know what happened. I think we missed. I didn't see the shot. But yeah, we definitely missed. York gets away. Now we take a shot here at the York, and then we go ahead and hit the reload button, and I'm praying that this Iowa screws up the shot, and he did not lead the Fiji enough, and all the shells drop short. We get the Citadel on the York, we get the shot out at the Fiji, and bonk, there goes our quacking Death Strike Confederate for our 2nd Death Strike in this game. And just to make sure, we go ahead and get another shot out, thanks to the fast reload. And is it the one? He turns away, the plunging fire through the deck, and the Citadel for the win. Let's go. 258,000 damage, 6-pack. 6 people died at my hands with 258,000 damage in this particular lobby. It was about as easy as a game as you could ask for. 3,826 base XP, top of the leaderboard. Not too shabby. So let me know, did you guys enjoy this raffle stomp of a game where I just get to drive around and shoot at broadsides the entire time? Let me know. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.